Here we are, about 8 minutes down the line from the last recording. The remnants of the swarm are still here. I think this is normal. We won't be shaking this lot again. But there are some slightly sinister developments at the other end. So we'll come through and have a look, see what's going on, because there are one or two observations I have made which suggest that all may not be as well as one would hope at this stage. So we're going back to the hive now. And as you see, the vast majority of the bees have now gone in. The vast majority, that's all that's left there. But, and this is the disturbing fact, if we now carefully maneuver out here, you'll see some bees which are clearly injured or diseased. Now I must say, I've never seen this before. By the way, there's an amazingly delicious smell of honey. The bees clearly have a lot of honey with them. They need that to feed themselves for the next few days as they establish the colony. But as we zoom in on these are bees which are injured or dying, and I don't know what the cause of that is. A bee has just, sorry I jerked there because the bees are intrigued by my presence here, and some of them are sitting on my finger. There's one sitting on my I've got 2 or 3 sitting on my hands at the moment which have no cover on them. That's not a problem. As long as I don't move dramatically, I'm sure that they will not sting me. I'll try and actually show you the bees on my hand by reversing the image in just a second. But these injured bees, that is not good news. That is not good news. It could mean that there is some sort of a disease among the bees. And that's something which I can't relate anything about at the moment. It's something I would know nothing about. Good, the bee has just flown off my hand. Clearly not. But you see, the bees are tending one another. They look after one another. The bee there she's going around and she's looking at her injured friends or her ill friends and trying to find out if there's anything she can do to help. Bees are social animals, and they very much support one another as a family, as a unit. And you see the bee on the left there is struggling. I don't know what the position is. They certainly would not have been injured when they were thrown out of the box. That's not enough to injure them. And as I said, I have not seen this phenomenon before of bees dying or lying. The number is very small. I will zoom out now. And just on my last report, but you see there are definitely a few bees that are not going to make it into the hive this evening. And we shall be monitoring the progress of the health of this hive in the days and the weeks to come. But once again, on this very, very beautiful evening, I'm going to say farewell. I think it's unlikely we'll come back, but we can watch some of the beautiful vegetation which is growing around here. We have this sort of this is a cross between a gooseberry and a black currant. It's got some sort of fancy name. Regrettably, we don't get to eat many of these. The damn pigeons come along. They not only have the cheek to eat them all, but then they do their jobbies all over the leaves. So adding injury to insult. I'm sorry, that's the way that nature works. So here we are, just to show you a few more bits and pieces of the vegetation growing here in Muswell Hill in North London. There are some small wild strawberry plants around here. There they are. I can just show you some dandelions that have lost their seeds have been blown into the wind, and we'll just go out and just have a general look at the beautiful surroundings here. I'm backing onto Queen's Wood, and now we can see our beautiful horse chestnut. There's the garden shed. There is the apple tree in full bloom at the moment. And there's a pear tree which has already started to, there are some pears indeed beginning to develop there. And there we have the national hive, the bluebells, which have been very, very common this year. They seem to have spread everywhere, and every single garden has them. I must say, I don't mind the look of them. They do look very attractive. There are 2 more hives there which are empty at the end, always ready to take on some extra bees. So with this final view here, I once again bid you all a humble farewell.